All right. What's up, fam? Let's swing the
What?
ball around in episode 24 of Moment by Moment. It's edition 9 of 10 of the Series 4 clamp set. We're highlighting 3 moments a show. I'm 3Ball34 running point forward. Treats in the training room, so he's not here today. I got King Brett setting the screen and roll with me all day, but we got to bring somebody in so he can spot up and shoot from the corner. What's up, Scotty J, my man?
Yay!
Jay.
How you doing, guys?
Doing good, doing good. Moment by moment with Scotty J. I'm glad we're getting to do this.
Me
That
too.
even sounds sexy. Moment by moment with Scotty
Jay.
J. Brought to you by Queso.
Yum.
I think that was
Sorry,
Jared. I don't want to give it to somebody. Magnuson. Somebody gave that idea that we should definitely be sponsored by Queso since it comes up every episode. I'm not sure who brought that up. That was really funny.
Must have been smart.
Yeah, King Brad always with the Queso drops. Queso in the Pacific Northwest, Scotty J. Got good
Hey,
chips
in
and
my
cheese up
house-
there.
In my house, there is. I wouldn't say queso. I wouldn't say the PNW is known for its queso, but I sent Brett a picture of the batch I made last weekend or 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, and I gave you the thumbs up. I gave you the king approval on it. Looked good,
Nice.
man.
Yeah,
Very
The only
nice.
thing that would have made it better is if you were eating it with me.
exactly. This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. I love it. Queso and then Collectin and Connectin. QCNC.
No way.
Got the clamp set. Series 4 has been so fire. All 3 of us collected this set in some form or fashion. Not all of us currently hold it because we definitely got to make changes and shift gears every once in a while. We talked about that earlier in the week on the podcast with you, Scotty. Talk about this set. What do you think about with the clamp Series 4, the team sets? Give me a little bit.
No, you know what? First off, I know this is maybe silly, but I look at the artwork, right?
Yes.
And I look at the artwork because it's just like when you pick a book out of the bookstore or whatever,
Exactly.
could have the best material inside, but it's gotta feel good. And I love the artwork. I love all the artwork they've done this year. Honestly, they've done such a
For real.
great job. But look at the clamp. You got the C with the clamp clamping down, and I mean it kind of shows you what this set's going to be all about, right?
That's right. You got the M and the C blocking out.
Yep.
100%. Yeah, see, some of us are dumb and don't pay attention, and there's some really cool Easter eggs and all this stuff. That's really cool that you guys point that out. I didn't even notice the boxing out, the clamp. That's awesome, man. Artwork for sure. Yeah, Series 4 has been fire. We've talked about it at every episode, not just pumping anything. If you've been here and you've been watching the series as you have, Mr. OG member, we've evolved a ton since Series 1, have we not?
Yeah, we have. And these sets are a good example of a way in which the product has evolved and gotten better, in my opinion. But they're still trying to figure out mint counts and scarcity and rules and all that, and we all look forward to the day when we feel like that's really dialed in. But I mean, I really feel like Series 4, they took the right step forward for all of us in terms of the collectability and also just honestly fun, like the artwork and the concepts and the moments. The curation was incredibly on point from Austin and his team. So yeah, that artwork that you showed there is a good one.
For sure. I know King Brett and I love this one. What do you like about the clamp set, King Brett? We're getting closer to the end. This is episode 9 of 10 of the set. What have you been seeing? What is standing out to you?
Well, what I'm excited about is the Mavs are in this one. I've been waiting for that one. But it's been great. Like we've talked about from the beginning, S1, some of the moments were shorter and the clips and progressing, they just keep getting better and nicer, and you get a fuller picture of everything. But defense hasn't been something spotlighted as much throughout Top Shot, and this is one of the first big displays of that. They had one in S1, and they've had a couple, but representing every team, the best defensive stands, and it's cool to watch because there's some great transitions through all these moments. And if you're like those little Easter eggs, like Scotty J was talking about, if you watch the moment, you get to see bench player reactions, or maybe that rookie that didn't play much and doesn't have a moment on the platform, and you get to catch some people in there that you don't even have a moment of. It's kind of their first hidden moment, which is cool.
Love it. Love it. All great points. Definitely been enjoying going through this with you, buddy. We do have three great moments today, and that's the real reason Treaticus isn't here. We kicked him out so that we could really drill down on this Mavericks moment and enjoy it, where he's not giving us too much crap. And another reason he's not here is because they're playing the Grizzlies, and he would have just ruined it for us. So let's enjoy the Mavericks getting after the Grizzlies here in moment one today. And check out this clamps moment, because it's a lot of fun.
Let's see.
Dorian Finney-Smith and Luka. This is a little different because we do have a lot of these guys missing already. We've had a lot of turnover on the roster and some changes, but this is a fun time capsule to show the team at that time during Series 4. Got JaVale McGee there as Luka comes up and sneaks up and gets it from Steven Adams. Love it. Get that out of here. Christian Wood just signed with the Lakers. Anxious to see what he does out there with LeBron. A lot of moving parts gone, but see what happens with Luka and Kyrie. What are you excited about this season, Brett? Mavericks?
Everything. Luka coming off the strong. If you're watching the basketball that just happened, representing his home country. Kyrie, I'm just excited. It's the second year of Kyrie. We got a lot going on. And our young guys, I know you're a big Hardy collector, trying to climb that leaderboard low-key, not tell anyone about it. There's just a lot of good stuff for the Mavs, and that hasn't been the case in a while, I feel like. So we got some positive optimism going on right now.
I mean, look at this block on Ja. This is like, that doesn't happen, man.
He went up confident, like he was about to flush it, and they take it from him.
That's right. If we can get him not to whine as much and everyone else to play a little bit better, no one can stop us.
So you're talking about these moments and and the defense, right? And this reminds me a lot of a Series 1 set called Denied. I don't know if
Denied. That's the one I was referencing kind of earlier. That was the first defensive kind of set that came out, right?
Yeah. Maybe I missed the name, Brett. Sorry about that. But that that was such a short clip, and it was focused on one player, and this is nice. I guess sort of like expansion to show how good the team plays defense. I really like it.
Scotty, you brought up a great point. So many of those are focused on one player, and in almost every great play, it wasn't one player. Someone made the steal that set up that alley-oop or that whatever, that 360 dunk. So to see it the way you just referenced it, you get to see the whole thing. Like right there, McGee came up, he was messing with him, so dude tucked it behind, and Luka's just like, I'll take that, thank you. It's just so great to see the team aspect of the whole moment, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a 137 to 96 route, and so it's pretty tough to just pick one block or one steal there. That might be a hustle and show moment. This is a blowout, so you're picking 5-6 of the best plays and really getting into it, as Brett mentioned earlier, showing the bench reactions, player reactions. Love it. Fantastic moment. You knew we were going to let it breathe a little bit and get some extra play since it's the Dallas moment, and Treaticus isn't in the house, but see that block on Ja real quick. Get that out of here. Dorian Finney-Smith also lost him to the Brooklyn Nets. I thought that was a tough loss for him. He was a very centerpiece of our defense here in Dallas. That was a tough loss for us.
But we got Kyrie, so we're good.
Yeah,
very true. You mentioned second year of him. We barely got 20 games, and they weren't really healthy together, him and Kyrie and Luka. So it's going to be fun to see them with a full offseason together and really put a full year together. This next Series 5 coming up, I'm super excited to see them play. So great points. We'll move on here to the next moment. got another good squad in the Milwaukee Bucks. Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, that's who they are playing in this moment. Let's check it out here. I like in these moments after we get to watching them, you start to expect stuff because you know the defensive team is going to make a big block or a big steal. So you see the offense driving down, and you're like, man, I know that Giannis is about to just chunk this. I know it's coming.
While you're loading that up, if you go to that denied set and check out the Jarrett Allen block, it's something special.
I have it on my little checklist wish list on my that is. It's
he's an athlete and a half.
It was one of those like line back dunks, like the cock back arm dunks that gets met at the rim, and the immovable object and the whatever. Allen did the thing.
Whatever it is, y'all get it. Y'all know.
You got the reference.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks, Series 4 clamps moment against the Brooklyn Nets. Giannis from the backside. Get that out of here. That is nasty.
Fingertips, baby.
Jay Holiday.
He is.
Me and King Brett were able to go to a Brooklyn Nets game at Dallas Mavericks through NBA Top Shot, and we're able to receive tickets through the Mavericks Discord. Very lucky several times, but against the Nets, we were super excited because we're going to get to see Durant and Kyrie, and then Kyrie sat out. We did get to see Durant and them show up, and we did get a win that night, but no Kyrie, and then we actually got him on the squad. So
nice. So you got him after all.
Yeah, for sure. On the other team, right, King Brett? Yeah. On the right squad.
On the right one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever really did that in my career. Came from the weak side and just pinned it up off the glass. I don't think that ever came up.
Look at that anticipation by Drew. That's like, the ball's behind him.
He's an incredible defender. There's Bobby Portis. There's the look at that hustle.
Yeah, the Bucks are scrappy, man. Like that's when they got hustle all day.
I was shocked that they didn't win at all. I know Giannis got hurt there in the playoffs, and they kind of played safe there, thinking that they were gonna maybe coast to the next round and didn't make it. I thought that they had a good chance to win it all. I know they were the favorites, but interested to see what they do this year. All right. We got the man Scotty J here. We might as well spend some time on the Portland Blazers. Let's get into this moment and hang out with your squad right now.
Let's go. Our squad's going to look different this year with Scoot.
Yeah, very exciting. What tell us about draft pick getting Scoot. Yeah.
Well, I think everybody's excited around here about Scoot, but then we also have to temper that with the Dame saga that's going on, and ultimately, will those two play together, or will Dame get traded? No one knows, but it's just gonna be a fun year either way.
It's no fun to deal with that type of drama as a fan, as a player, any of it. But hopefully, everything irons out, and you get to see them play together.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to see. He's wearing Scoot's wearing 00, so we'll have 0 and 00, and
that's so wild.
The roulette board will be on display.
Somebody like yourself who is coming back to the NBA after a little bit of a break is going to come back and go, "What 00 and 0? When did this happen?"
Yeah.
Portland Blazers against the Houston Rockets. Let's check out this Clamps Series 4 moment. There's Dame right there. Josh Hart no longer
before Josh got traded.
Yeah.
Behind the back pass. Nice finish. That's almost a hustle and show type moment right there, part of it. Look at that.
I don't think I can hold myself up on the rim that long, and he just sat there looking at people.
Justin Winslow made an appearance.
Such great ball movement on transition. That's one thing Portland, when they're in transition or they got it, they move that ball quick.
got to meet Anthony when we were at the NBA con. He was there doing autographs, got a picture and all that. Cool guy.
Did you really?
Oh,
Anthony
yeah.
Simons, that's really cool. He's got a bright future, it feels. He's a
Yeah.
good player.
Yeah. He's been rumored a lot in the trade talks, as like somebody who might get shipped out, but like I hope not, because he's really talented young guy.
Yeah.
So we talk about evolving as a product. I know for a while there, we had COVID and the pandemic prevented us from doing a lot of in real life events and things. And then certain arenas opened up and we were able to go to games. And then now, as you just mentioned, we're seeing so many more meet and greets and player involvement. It's really cool to see the changes and where we're heading. There's no telling what we're going to do next.
Exactly. Oh, that's such a great moment.
I know. And then the back pass to him.
I like that it involves the defense turning into offense. We talked a lot about it with the hustle and show set that we covered last edition, but in this one, they included it where it's not just all defense, that some of the defense created a transition offensive bucket and created some points on the other direction for them.
Yeah, that's a great point. Dude, thanks for bringing the Blazers to the main screen here, the big screen. We're a tiny little market up here in the PNW.
Shout out. Yeah, that's what's really cool about this product. There's multiple things. You mentioned fantasy earlier in the podcast, earlier in the week. And now just talking with Top Shot as a platform, when you're involved with something that you interact with all 30 teams, you start to follow and find out more and more players. King Brett and I joke all the time of how many players we can go deep on the bench for certain teams that we couldn't have named, past two guys before, a couple of years ago. It's crazy how your knowledge grows and the more people and more teams that you're involved with, even if it's not your original fandom.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before I even came on the show, was that like the Blazers are my most local, and so I have an affinity for them because of the Pacific Northwest. But the reality is, I didn't grow up a Trailblazers fan. I grew up a Sonics fan. So while I like them, I like a lot of other teams too. And I think the Top Shot and I started off in the podcast saying that I'm a sports fan. Like first and foremost, I love sports. So when you watch these moments, you get to see like the competitive fire. You get to see the athleticism on full display. Yeah. It's hard not to be impressed with these guys doing what they do. And so for me, I feel like, I don't know, like I could root for a dozen different teams and feel like good about it, not being sort of a bandwagon fan, but like just a fan of the sport.
Yeah.
Great point.
Because let's face it, after the Dallas Mavs, they're all second anyways. So you might as well still have fun rooting for them.
King Brad always recruiting.
We talked once before, right, about the Cool Cat set and about Luka.
We did.
Like Luka's got a special place in my heart, and he's a great player, fantastic player, as we know. And so I do cheer for the Mavs. Like I like the Mavs, and I like them less knowing the two of you like them, but I like them.
Then our trading changes, and we started going after different sets. We went after the throwdowns, and then that gets us knowing about Shaden Sharp with that Series 4 throwdowns. Might be one of the sickest moments on the platform.
And you know what's crazy?
King Brett know about Portland because of that guy.
Shaden Sharp, and he's got like a dozen of those. That guy's athleticism is insane. Yeah. And like there's going to be so much content available of him going forward that it's super exciting to have him on the roster.
You mentioned the job that the content curation team, Austin Kent and Brandon Soul and them have been doing, but can you imagine the pressure when a dunk like that happens and then 2 nights later, like he does it again? Like there's athletes all around the league that are doing that, but Shaden's just a great example of just enormous athletic ability, just doing crazy things.
I think they have.
No, go ahead, Scott J.
Well, I was just going to say to that point, I think they have a challenge with that, right? Because they want to honor, and we want them to honor, like some rules around how the collectible aspect of it works, right? So we don't want just every great play to be minted into a moment. But so I like the way that they've done both for Top Shot and for All Day. I like the way some of the way that they have allowed some flexibility in that going forward, and then even the way that reels have worked to be able to like. Was that where you were going with it, Brett?
I knew we were on the same page. That's why
it's like I love how you can then like sort of kind of around the back end of this thing put some reels in place that like capture some of those moments that are incredible. Right. But I can imagine if you're a content editor like Austin and Brandon, you must sit there and just be like, what am I supposed to do? Like there is so much, great stuff. And I tip a hat to those guys because I feel like they recognized at some point along the way it was always good, but like they recognized like that it needed to be great, and their content creation has been so on point for the last couple of seasons, in my opinion. And tip of the hat to those guys.
No, we totally agree. Anytime we step back and are able to just look at this last series and the changes we've made, like it's incredible, night and day changes, and we're very excited. The direction that they're heading, but especially just what the content has been, the curation has been so on point.
Yeah, it used to be like, oh, this player's going to have a moment, and it might be a layup, and you're like, okay, like what was like, how did that fit in the scheme of the story and whatever? And now, like those are few and far between. I can't really think of any that I remember seeing that were like, why did that get in there?
King Brett's always roasting the audience and CNC of, hey, we need to watch the moments. Make sure you're watching the moments. And then we always talk follow-up of to read the descriptions. There's Easter eggs and tidbits all over the place. And you mentioned having rules in place to make a great moment. Now there's also milestones that happen that you can include in there. We just watched those 3 clamps moments. And in the third one with the Blazers, Dame Lillard, that game, he crested and broke the 18,000 point mark, and that's in the description, and we know it, and that's in that moment there, and we get to see that and know that forever, which is really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then when that happened, a lot of us who are here in the Portland area are like, we hope that one that game gets a moment, or or I mean the actual moment itself maybe not as impressive with a free throw and whatever, but like. But it's great for us to be able to see those things that we care about, like as we watch sports, come to life, get immortalized, and then allow us to be able to refer to that as the 18,000 point moment or the record breaker moment or whatever you call it.
Yeah, love it, Scotty J, man. We could talk and just keep it going. Both the podcast and moment by moment were so much fun this week. We could just keep it going. This is we're gonna have to have you back. It was fun talking moments, talking Top Shot, and all sports. King Brett and I were so excited to have you on, and we had to kick Treaticus out of here so we could give you some more talk
more
time.
breathing room to talk. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. It was tons of fun. I'm gonna see you guys in Discord here, and whatever we hang up, I'm sure I'll see you in the Discord. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll be getting pings in like 30 seconds.
I know. As soon as it goes off, all of our phones are like ding, 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 ding. And I'm only in like 10, 12. I don't even know how many Discords I'm in. I should count them up. But not 47. So
yeah, I've got a problem. I need to work on it.
Hey, it's only a problem if you can't handle it. It looks like you're handling it quite well, sir. So
I just never sleep.
No.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it, and I love everything you're doing at CNC. Keep up the good work. We love you.
Thanks, Scott. I love you too, bud. Thanks for everything. Keep being you, bud. All right, now you say it, 3-ball.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time, King Brett. Thank you, Scotty J. I talked over both of you. I love you guys. CNC, keep it up. Collecting and connecting, baby. Moment by moment.
Peace, love.